Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Friday, March 1st. So welcome to a brand new month. There is a March energy forecast out there for your listening pleasure. And of course, if you want to stay ahead of the energies, I would also recommend downloading your zodiac forecast. There is a major shift in energy, major shift in mood and attitude coming at us here in the very early days of March. Yep, we're still in this Pisces season, looking to wrap up particular cycles in order for us to move on to a new astrological calendar. But March, especially kind of getting kicked off with the moon being in Scorpio energy, there's still a lot of water energies for us to be sorting through, making us highly emotional, super intuitive. This is very healing, very cleansing, very purifying. But of course, with all of that comes a little bit of shadow work, comes a little bit of aches and pains. We are definitely going to see major shifts take place early on here in March. And of course, we are anticipating a major shift in energies towards the end of the month. Again, another reason why I'm going to encourage you to take a listen to the March energy forecast. So the moon is in Scorpio energy all day. This is deeply transformative in our soul, in our spirit, in our inner realm where our emotions and our mental plane is concerned. We have to go through the shift in our inner realm before we're going to be able to actually see that shift in our outer realm. We have 11 different aspects taking place here today. 8 of them are going to involve the moon. The moon in this Scorpio energy going to get in the boxing ring, square off with Mars. Mars, of course, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires, even our anger. Mars rules over the Scorpio energy, so this is going to be a little bit of an intense interaction. We do have Mars still in this Aquarius energy, having sporadic bursts of energy, sporadic bursts of excitement, sporadic bursts of anger. They kind of come and then they go. We're definitely looking to identify the areas of our lives that we can improve, that we can do better, that we need to kind of close the door upon in order to initiate a brand new path and chapter to be able to move forward. But Mr. Mars has ants in his pants. He's a little bit restless. He's kind of sitting in agitation and frustration at this point in time because there's not a whole lot of moves to be made out in the external realm. All of this is the inner realm. And right now, we really have to see in this square where there is tension and conflict being highlighted, where it is that we are a little bit agitated, frustrated, and angered of not being able to make the moves that we want to be able to make. That is going to identify for us where it is that we actually have passion and excitement and inspiration and motivation to make a change. And again, we're looking to cultivate this inner spark, this inner fire, long before we're actually given the green light go ahead to take action and make moves out in the external realm. The moon is then going to make a tough interaction with the North Node. The North Node being in this Aries energy is the path that we need to get on to reach our soul's mission, reach our soul's purpose. Problem is that this is a tough aspect. Instead of seeing the opportunities for growth, instead of seeing a path forward, instead of seeing where it is that we would like to build and create something new, we're kind of getting stuck, if you will, focused on all the issues, focused on all the problems, focused on where we feel blocked and challenged. This particular energy, again, the moon in Scorpio, needs to take us on a deep dive into the darkness in order for us to flip the script and actually make a change and transformation in our inner realm, how it is that we're thinking, how it is that we're feeling. And this particular energy is definitely going to make us feel a little bit overwhelmed, suffocated, even trapped in our lives in order for us to recognize the areas of our lives that we've outgrown, that we're no longer in alignment with, that we definitely want to change and make adjustments to feel a little bit more free. The sun in this Pisces energy going to sextile, beautiful interaction with Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings in this Taurus energy. So we love this, first of all, because the sextile is a very encouraging energy. The sun shining a bright light on our life force energy in this Pisces energy. It is spiritual, it's intuitive, it's creative. Jupiter, of course, wants us to step outside of our comfort zone in order to really expand upon the the different opportunities that we have in our physical realm at this present moment in order to make a change. This is definitely going to trigger different mood, different attitude in everyone. The Jupiter energy is very positive, very optimistic, very confident. And so now we have a little bit more of a stronger sense of who it is that we actually are, who it is that we now are anchoring into, especially with this new version of self having just been anchored in January. And because there is this wisdom, this knowledge that we are plucking out of our past experiences, we're just feeling a little bit stronger, a little bit more prepared to make the major changes that we know that we have to make. This could be an energy as well, where we start kind of gaining a bigger, greater, grander vision on the big picture, on what it is that we want to build towards. And in some cases, the bigger picture on what it is that we need to move away from. This is definitely going to give us more insight, more options and opportunities to explore, really put us in a positive mindset to kind of see where it is that there are a little bit of silver linings. There is a little bit of hope shining through. We are definitely going to run with that for as long as it will last. Now, Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information, communication, how it is that we express ourselves in this Pisces energy, just had its reset by bumping into the sun just a couple of days ago. Mercury is going to make a positive interaction with Mars, the god of war. So this is a beautiful interaction because it means that we're a little bit more focused on what it is that we want to bring to life, what we do want to build, what we do want to create, where it is that we do want to make moves and adjustments and changes and transformations in our lives. We may not be able to actually physically make them. However, the Aquarius energy that Mars is in, giving us downloads, giving us little bits of insight. And of course, that mercurial energy, able to bring it down into the egoic mental plane, really kind of add some logic and practicality to it, add some structure to it. And we are being inspired to kind of understand what it is that we now want to do, what we want to pursue, but it is going to require a little bit of patience and probably a little bit more exploration, a little bit more research. The moon is then going to get into the boxing ring square off with Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money in this Aquarius energy. So first of all, the square is going to highlight where it is that we're not feeling so good, not feeling so happy, not feeling so safe, not feeling so secure. The Aquarius energy that Venus is in, it's very visionary. We're trying to come up with an alternative type of reality that we would prefer to be living instead, where we are kind of happier, where we are feeling safer, secure, more stable. And of course, the tension, the conflict of us not living that in this present moment, in the here and now, is going to illuminate for us where it is that we're frustrated, where it is that we do need a major change, a major transformation. But of course, it needs to start within us first. That moon and Scorpio energy, again, highlighting the darkness, highlighting the funk, highlighting the things that we are really frustrated about in order for us to boss up, take power and control back in our lives, and actually make the shift that is needed in our emotional realm, in our thoughts, in our soul, in our spirit, to understand what it is that we need to move away from, especially some people where Venus is concerned, in order for us to kind of rearrange, restructure, redesign the kind of life, the kind of realm, the kind of reality that we absolutely want to be living instead of the current circumstances that we may find ourselves stuck in. The moon is then going to make a tough interaction with Chiron, the wounded healer. And of course, this isn't going to feel good. It is going to illuminate the wounds. It is going to show us where it is that we're not feeling good about ourselves, where it is that we're not feeling like there is an amount of energy in us to make the changes that we need to make. This is an element where, again, we need to break ourselves down, shadow work, moon and Scorpio, in order for us to build ourselves up in a much better, much stronger way. Venus, shortly thereafter, is going to sextile Chiron. So this is going to work for us very, very well, because that darkness, that tension, that conflict, it really highlights to us where it is that changes and adjustments are needed first and foremost. Venus and Chiron sextiling together, this is going to bring a little bit more, I'm going to say, affection back, more empathy back, more compassion back. We're a little bit more open, sharing our thoughts, sharing our feelings. We're understanding our relationship dynamics, our true wants, needs, and desires for the people in our lives. We're a little bit more open to kind of learning different ways, different methods to actually overcome our fears, our doubts, our insecurities. But there is this kind of energy that we are trying to identify our wants, needs, and desires that we have suppressed. And a lot of that is because we are in relationship dynamics where we've given too much power away to other people. Therefore, we've forgotten who it is that we truly are and our own wants, needs, and desires, our own soul mission, our own soul purpose. So this is about really understanding where the relationship dynamics in our lives need to be tweaked a little bit in order for us to still, yes, be committed to other people, to those goals, to that vision, to that dream, but to also understand where it is that we can't really abandon ourselves anymore. We have a whole list of things that we need to do in our soul contracts, individually speaking, that need just as much time, energy, and attention as the goals, as the vision of the dreams, as the partnership, as the team, as the group. The moon in Scorpio is then going to make a positive interaction with Pluto. Pluto, of course, the great transformer himself. Pluto rules over this Scorpio energy, so this is going to be an intense interaction. Pluto is in Aquarius energy, trying to show us where it is that we have to break free of the old, of the limitations that we've put on ourselves, of some of the aspects that we've outgrown. The moon interacting with Pluto in this way is a major shift in our mood, in our attitude, in our emotions, in our programming. We're starting to see where it is that we do have the opportunity to boss up into a new level of authority, take power and control back over our lives, especially starting with our emotions. The moon is then going to directly oppose and sit across from Uranus. Uranus is the great awakener in Taurus energy. Scorpio, Taurus energy sit across from each other in the zodiac wheel. So this likely is going to put us in a pressurized situation where we're feeling torn, two different directions, two different choices, two different decisions. We really don't know which way to go. There is an element of confusion. There is an element of feeling blocked, feeling held back in a way, feeling very overall just unsure about the opportunities that we currently have on our plate. And many people are saying, well, I don't see any opportunities on my plate at this moment. Okay, well, be patient. We're still in Pisces season. There's still a lot of downloads to go. There's a lot of visions to continue to receive. And so this particular situation, this opposition, this tension, this conflict is illuminating for us where it is that we either have the options on the table that we're unsure of, or we feel limited in our options and therefore feel kind of bleak about the opportunities for us to make any changes, make any adjustments, make any transformations. The moon is then going to make a positive interaction with the North Node in Aries, followed by a positive interaction with Chiron, the wounded healer, in this Aries energy as well. The moon interacting with the North Node is definitely putting us in a situation where earlier on in the day, where we were feeling kind of blocked and challenged and we were feeling kind of stagnant in our growth, in our ability to move forward. This is now a totally different mindset. We're starting to see now that the obstacles are actually giving us an opportunity to grow, to heal, to redirect our time, our energy, our attention. So there is some growth. There is some options. There are some opportunities that we didn't see earlier on in the day, likely because we were sitting in the funk and kind of closed-minded to a lot of the opportunities that these challenges are now presenting us with. The moon interacting with Chiron, this is a building energy. We're not focused on the wounds. We're not focused on breaking ourselves down and beating ourselves up. We're building ourselves up. We're restructuring how it is that we think about ourselves, what it is that we want for ourselves. We're seeing, again, reframing the obstacles, the challenges that we're currently facing as an opportunity for growth, for evolvement, for redirection in our path, in our plan, in our strategy. So this is definitely a better narrative for us to be working with. It's a lot more empowering, if I do say so myself. And it's setting us up for some beautiful insights and aha moments as we move into this next chapter, where again, the moon will be transiting into the Sag energy here tomorrow. And that is going to illuminate a totally different perspective, a brand new truth, a new mission, and a new purpose.